33-13 win for the All Blacks over the Wallabies, breaking that Wellington curse and sending Sam Cane and TJ Perenara off in style. A dominant performance keeping the Wallabies scoreless in the second half. Wallabies with big improvements from last week, especially in the start, coming out guns blazing, but then fell off a cliff in that second half. Great game nonetheless, end-to-end stuff, some quality rugby. All Blacks, I wouldn't say back at their best, but when they're playing running rugby like that, it is beautiful to watch. Welcome back, everybody, to Kick On Rugby channel. I'm your host, Dane Sherritt. And before we get into it, let me know in the comments what you guys think. What did you think of the game? Who was your man of the match? Who played well? Who didn't? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe while you are there. And let's get into it, man. So I'll start with the All Blacks first. Started under a ton of pressure. Like early on, it was all Wallabies. And rightly so, they were fantastic early on. But I will say that the All Blacks did, they absorbed that pressure really well. Yes, they gave away like early penalties and the tries early on, but throughout, spreading throughout that game, really just absorbing that pressure. I do feel, especially in the first 50 minutes, or when Bowden, or for however long Bowden was playing at 10, just how he straightens the line, how he naturally, that first few steps is forward first, and then he's looking to his options. And what that then creates for guys outside of him. So you taking that first few steps forward and straight, or even back at the ball, your players outside you, so the options that you're going to look up and look at, they have to run, they have to adjust as well, they have to straighten their line, they have to start moving forward. Where if you're going sideways, they feel like guys can almost wait, or they're hanging too deep, or then they try and get too flat. If you're going straight forward, the options with you are going to come with you. And the guys outside you are going to come with you. And that's what I noticed in the first bits when the All Blacks had the ball, was Beauden Barrett straightening of the line straight up. His first 3 or 4 steps is straight. And it just opens his options either side of him after that. Severis's try, all started from Ardie Savea's turnover, and then that shifting the point of contact, or shifting the ball from that turnover. So the turnover happens here, we end up scoring the try down this way. Because that's where these guys, so Wallabies were attacking, so their backline is lying deep. They get a turnover, where's the space? The space is here. So if you turn it over, shift the ball, let's work to that space. These guys then have to flatten up on defense, but you've already shifted the ball, then you're making meters there. And what I loved about this try was Wallace Atiti's, just his ability with ball in hand to beat a player one-on-one. He's a big unit, so you naturally, if you're the defender, you're defending him one-on-one, you're almost going to go sit down because you're expecting him to just run over the top of you. But then he's got the sidestep. He's got the ball in 2 hands. He's either going to goose around you or give you a handoff. So he's beaten the player. He's gone in and then bounced out again. Got a half break. Played Anton Leonard-Brown. And then Anton Leonard just drawn past Severis, scored in the corner. Beautiful, beautiful play. And all started from Ardie Savea's turnover. Turnover, shift that point of contact, and let's score down the side. Beautiful, beautiful rugby that. Will Jordan's try, I thought it was quite soft, really. I thought there might have been a bit of obstruction. Jeremy Williams by TJ Perenara. But refs didn't call it, still try. And that's just Jordan popping up in the spots where, just his awareness. I think that's the biggest thing about him, is his awareness of space, his awareness of where the ball's going to end up. Where there's weak points in the opposition's defensive line, and then just attacking that, his ability then to attack that. So the pace, his agility, his speed off the mark, really, really good in that regard. I thought defensively, All Blacks really good, staying connected, getting up off the line, really meeting them like in their faces. Strong tackles, and then patience on defense as well. Like you can have patience on attack, but you can have patience on defense as well. You're not attacking every ruck, so you're making your one-on-one tackles, you're fanning out on defense, and when you get those isolated rucks, let's attack them and let's get those turnovers. I'll be the first one to put my hand up and say that I've criticized the All Blacks around decision-making when it comes to penalties. So long-on penalties, you're either, especially when they're kickable, you're either kicking for goal or you're kicking to touch. And I've been very critical on them and them not backing themselves, me picking up on that, especially against South Africa where they were just kept going for the goal kicks. Damian McKenzie would miss a few, or they'd only get the 3 points, and then you end up losing by a little bit more than that, where sometimes you have the momentum. Let's go to touch. Your line-out's going good. Let's back your line-out and let's go from there. I thought for Caleb Clark's first try, the All Blacks did just that. It was close before halftime, and Scott Barrett was a kickable penalty. Scott Barrett decided to go to touch. They did a little variation off the maul there. The maul didn't work out. The play kind of broke down, but they kept at it, patience, and then Caleb Clark ended up scoring. And I thought that was the game changer. It was a momentum changer. Those championship minutes, the 10 minutes before halftime and 10 minutes after halftime, that's my championship minutes, and they scored before then. They took the lead for the halftime as well, and I feel like that broke the Wallabies a little bit there. And then for Caleb Clark's second try, just the link up between Beauden Barrett and Damian McKenzie is what you can have with those two playing on the field. They sink in. They know where, when, how, what, where, when. And that was beautiful. That's just sustained pressure against the Wallabies, like right on the Wallabies line. And Wallabies, like credit to Wallabies, their defense was strong. And it was good. It was patience on defense. They were making their one-on-one tackles, fanning out nicely. But to keep that going for 80 minutes is tough, man. It is tough. Big shout out to, I missed that, Tamati Williams' try. Also just patience on attack there. The forwards really knuckling down and going at it. That continued pressure at the Wallabies line. Really, really good. I thought Basilio Tossi coming off the bench was immense, man. So good. 2 vital turnovers when Australia were really on the attack. His big frame, you're not moving him off the ball there at all, and he was really important, those 2 turnovers, I thought. My standouts for the All Blacks, Wallace Atiti, man. Every game he's having with this All Blacks in their setup, he's going from here to here to here. His ball carries, his ability to beat players one-on-one, I said this already, it's unreal, man. Ball in 2 hands, footwork, late footwork. He's going to go to bump you, then he steps you, then he palms you off. He's got a little offload. He's got his skill set. He's up there, man. Really, really good forward for flanker or eighth man, whatever he's going to be for the All Blacks for years to come. He was fantastic. And he was good in the line-out as well, that was unreal to see that his game, he's got that ability in him as well. So he was 19 carries, 2 defenders beaten, and 11 tackles. Then Will Jordan, just ever present, man. Game awareness is next level. He's on Rugby 08, he would have 2 stars if you could have that behind a player. He was unreal again. Just his ability to get to beat players. Firstly, his awareness of space, of chinks in the defensive line, weaknesses in the defensive line, and then his ability to get up and play again. You always say, like, maybe he makes half a line break passes. He doesn't fall back on that. He follows up, supports again to try and get his hands on the ball again. And really, really good in that regard. He was 1 try, 11 carries, 158 run meters, and 3 defenders beaten. So then for the Wallabies, really good, like, come out, guns blazing in the first half. Really, really good. I thought a missed opportunity early on from Jake Gordon, the knock-on right over the line. They did end up scoring, though, a few moments later from Fraser McWright. Opting, that was opting to go for tries instead of kicking the 3 points. So early on, they went for the first penalty to score. They didn't score from that, and then they got another penalty and ended up scoring from that one and went again. And I love that, man. Shows intent to score tries, to attack the try line, to apply pressure when you have the momentum, and not like slow that momentum down by taking 3 points at goal. I really did think that the Wallabies, the first half, their forwards really rolled their sleeves up and went to work. They were fantastic, both sides of the ball, strong on defense, good with ball in hand, good at securing their own ball as well. That's what I've noticed that sometimes they struggle at. It's like, yes, they can get boys coming around the corner, running hard lines, but too many times their rucks get isolated and ball gets turned over there. I did say in the preview they needed a good start, and they did have a good start, but then dropped off in the second half. When I said a good start, I meant a good start, and then the whole game you play well. And it's easier said than done, but oh man, they did, man. For that first half, they took the game to the All Blacks. I do feel like Caleb Clark's try right before second half broke them, because they were leading for most of that first half, playing well, playing in the right areas of the field, and just couldn't capitalize on all of the opportunities they got, but also couldn't defend every time New Zealand got into their half, because All Blacks were taking every opportunity they got as well. Man, I did see a lot more intent, a lot more aggressive ball carrying, and that's what you want. You want that from your piggies coming around the corner, even the centers, Ikitau, Hunter Paisami, but then Tom Wright coming into the back line as well. A lot more intent to run the ball and run hard over the opposition, and I liked that a lot. But man, just beaten by the better side, I thought. Nothing really to say in the second half. They didn't score any points. Everything happened for them in that first half. Again, a big question mark around whether they can play the 80-minute game. I know a lot of their players and coaches have been saying that that's our biggest goal, is to put an 80-minute performance together. They haven't got there just yet, but it will come. There's a lot of good signs in this Wallaby side, and something to look forward to for sure. My standouts, Fraser McWright again, immense, all over the park. Turnovers, tackles, carries, support lines, tries, really, really good. He was 1 try, 10 carries, 19 tackles, and 1 turnover. Good win for the All Blacks. Like I said, great send-off for guys like Sam Cane and TJ Perenaro, who have potentially played their last games on All Black or New Zealand soil. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought. Who was your man of the match? Who played well? Who didn't? Hit that subscribe while you're there. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.